Welcome to my Enterprise D build from Eaglemoss Hero Collector. All done, it will be 27.5 inches in length and 19.5 inches wide. It'll take about 2.5 years to complete, and I'm really looking forward to it. The first pack arrived, which included that poster of the actual size of the finished ship, an introduction magazine and issues 1 and 2, along with the first 6 packs. So without further ado, brew up the Earl Grey and let's begin the journey of this build. Pack 1 consists of Deck 2, the main bridge, the upper sensor platform, escape pods and various LEDs, screwdriver and screws. Starting with the main bridge module and bridge base, the first thing you notice is there's no window or dome for the bridge. In the exterior shots of the ship on the TV series, there's clearly a light there. There's also no beacon light, so we'll modify that by drilling a 3mm hole for the bridge and a 0.5mm for the beacon. But first we screw the two pieces together and then take a 1mm bit for the bridge. Once that's done, then use the 3mm bit. And then use a 0.5mm bit for the beacon light. The beacon light is tiny, but it should light up okay. And there is the modification done. I'm not sure yet if I'll use crystal clear for the bridge or if I can find a very small dome piece I can glue on. After drilling the hole for the bridge dome, I used a grey paint pen to colour in the inside. It's actually a very close colour to the base. Moving on to the lights for the bridge windows, I use a little dab of glue to hold the small bulbs in place and put the rear window section over it. Then take the second bulb and fit it to the opposite side. The cables are colour coded, but the instructions tell you where they go. It's very straightforward. Then we take the bridge bottom and secure the bridge model onto it, securing it with 2 screws. Again, the instructions show you which screws go where. For example, this step tells you use AP screws and the bags are clearly marked. P is plastic and the screws ending in M is for the metal parts. Deck 2 is die cast and the Aztec detailing is really superb. But another odd mistake with the design of this is the instructions say to light one of the flush vents. Instead, I'll paint both pieces grey. I'll just colour in tops and see how that works for now. Out of curiosity, has anyone else kept the piece lit up? The front windows is one piece with a bulb either end and the reflector covering that, which is held in place with 4 screws. Again, the instructions show which cable goes where and which screws to use. I am a little concerned about light bleed when the bulbs go on, but we'll get to that when necessary. I fitted the painted vents and don't like them, so I'll spray them. For now we attach the sensor platform and secure it with 3 screws. The escape pods next, remove them from the sprue and each pod has a specific fitting. As you can see, the holes are in different places, so be careful to match each one correctly. And there you go. Then take the bridge assembly and hold it in place with 4 screws. Going back to the vents, I sprayed them a light grey Tamiya TS81 and that looks much better. And that ends stage 1. It's not picked up by the camera very well, but the Aztec detailing really is fantastic. So we'll start stage 2 by placing the EM field projector in place, followed by the formation light, and then nest the field projector reflector on top of the EM field projector. Not really sure why, maybe it reflects light better once lit, let me know if you know. Then put the upper frame in place and secure with 9 screws. The nacelle front then goes on and it's held together with 3 screws. On the warp engine field grills, you have the left and right, completed with the rear section. And this leads me on to the next modification. The grills are only supposed to be blue when the engines are on. When off, they're actually a copper colour, so I'm going to spray them copper. That's them done, and whatever about them being the correct colour, it looks so much better. I think that looks amazing. Has anyone else done this, or have you kept them to the original? The beauty of spraying them copper is because the original plastic is blue, when you put a clear light behind it, as there eventually will be, it turns back to blue. So, engine off, engine on. With stage 3 we begin the assembly of the main deflector and also get a battery pack so we can test the lighting. Starting with the battery pack, insert the box nut, covering with the bracket and securing it with 2 screws. And here's me saying to follow the instructions when it comes to the screws, and there's actually a misprint. The graphic says BM but the step says BP. Because it's plastic, it's BP. It takes 3 AAA batteries. Then place the cover over the batteries and hold in place with 1 screw. Put the 2 pieces of the dish support together and fix them together with 1 screw. Place the inner section of the dish in place and secure at the back with 2 screws. Then fix the support in place. Put the bulbs in their corresponding slots according to the instructions, securing them in place with the bulb cover, and do exactly the same on the opposite end. Now we can test the lights. The cables are lettered, as is on the board, so just match the letters appropriately. The blue centrepiece for the dish did come with the pack, but it's not needed at this point. We'll also do a test with the main bridge and deck 2. There is a little light bleed as I suspected, which will have to be addressed. What have you done? Is anyone else using tape or wax? On to stage 4 and we get the first 3 deck panels. You can see the windows are on sprues, so that's going to be fun, having to place each one individually as the Enterprise has a lot of windows. The first deck we'll need to cut off 6 escape pods and 15 black and 15 clear windows. The windows are very small, tweezers with my magnifying glasses are required. Let's speed it up a bit. The window layout I'm doing is according to the instructions, but they can be done any way you like. Fit the 2 bulbs to the reflector panel and carefully fit over the deck panel, securing them in place with 3 screws. And there you have the first piece done. And we do exactly the same with the second, 18 black and 17 clear windows this time. Fit the bulbs and secure the reflector in place. The transporter emitter is a bit too yellow, I don't like that colour. We'll come back to that. Fit 5 escape pods and place the previous deck panel over it, securing it with 2 screws. We can do a light test too. With the transporter emitter I sprayed it gold, I think that's much better. For stage 5 we have the main Shuttlebay door and the deck base sections. Put the Shuttlebay door in place with 2 screws. Fit the deck front base with 4 screws. right base with 2, and the left with another 2. When it fits onto the skeleton, the parts will line up. The first part of the support skeleton is with part 6. Taking the first support, secure it in place with 2 screws, and then the second support again with another 2 screws. And that's it, a very short stage. The first 6 stages are now complete. I will have a lot more to go. For the most part, I'm very happy with the design of the ship. The modifications keep me happy. I mean, that would bug me if I didn't do the bridge light, for example. But all in all, delighted with everything so far. Just before I uploaded the video, it dawned on me that the EM field projector on the Nacelle doesn't actually light up. And looking at an episode this morning, the formation light on the Nacelle isn't blue, it's clear. So, more mods on the way. I'll include them in the next video. Until then, hailing frequencies closed. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell too. Thank you.